またお会いして嬉しいですよ. I'm happy you're back. We're going to continue to align the Duolingo Japanese course with my in-person classes. And we're still working on Food 1. But I've cut these down into little bite-sized pieces so that you can get up and stretch in between. That'll be better for your brain if you take a break as you're learning. Okay, so right now we're going to talk about some grammar that gets introduced. And this is kore, sore, are, and dore. And Duolingo just kind of blitzes you with it, but I'm going to break it down for you really small so that you can see what's going on here. Now remember, do you want to learn every single word in the language, or would you much rather learn a pattern and then be able to apply it? Okay, if you learn the patterns, that's much less learning, much less studying. So if I can teach you this pattern now, you'll know everything all at once, and then you don't need to spend individual time on each little thing. Okay, so the pattern is what we call ko, so, a, do. See, it's ko, so, a, do. Okay, so here are some pictures that I think illustrate the concept very well from one of my very favorite textbooks published by the Chikunami Daigaku Nihongo Kyoiku Kenkyū Kai. It's a great textbook, but it's really old. You probably can't find it anywhere. But anyway, look at these beautiful pictures, okay? So first of all, notice that there's watashi. This is me right here, watashi, you, okay? And this girl that I'm talking about. And I'm talking to somebody else. Okay, I'm talking to you. It's labeled anata, okay? And we are talking about this girl. So this textbook introduces koko, soko, asoko, doko first. Duolingo is going to do kore, sore, are, dore. But let's go ahead and look at these pictures because it illustrates the exact same concept. Remember, we're looking for pattern recognition here so that you can learn this one concept and then apply it to everything. Okay, so Duolingo is going to show you kore, sore, are, dore. Right now I'm going to talk about koko, soko, asoko, doko. First of all, what do these have in common? Look at the kore, look at the koko. Yeah, they both begin with ko. Look at sore, look at soko. Okay, look at are, look at asoko. Look at dore, look at doko. Okay, so they all start with that same sound. So here we have, here I am, here you are. I'm talking about Datana, my friend, okay? Datana-san wa koko desu. I'm going to use koko because she's near me, okay? So koko, or the things that start with the ko, are going to be for the things that are near us, all right? Now she's over by you, okay? Datana-san wa soko desu. Soko desu. We're going to use soko, or sore, or the other ones I'm going to show you, when I'm talking about something, but that something is closer to you, okay? And now if that something is far away from both of us, we're going to use asoko. Datana-san wa asoko desu, okay? We would not use kore, sore, are, dore with a person, so I'm defaulting to here, there, and over there. All right, so let me show you this pattern. All right, so here we go, kore, sore, are, dore, and you might notice I've got a ton of stuff up here jumbled in a mess. Let me save that one for last. Let's pull this one out. Okay, these are the adjectival forms of kore, sore, are, dore. This, that way over there, which. Kono is this, but it's used as an adjective. Okay, so it's this, and then I'm going to have a noun right after it. This pen. Sono pen, that pen. Ano pen, that pen. Dono pen. Kore, sore, are, dore are going to have a wa or a nga or an o after it because it's acting as a noun. Okay? And what else do I have here? I've got kochira, sochira, achira. Where did I put that? There we go. And then the abbreviations. Kochira, this way. Sochira, that way. Achira, that way, way over there. Dochira, which way. But if I just want to talk fast, I'm going to truncate this. Kochi, 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 come over here. Kochi, sochi, that way. Achi, that way. Dochi, which way? Okay, it's the same thing. These two are the exact same thing. So I'll move them down here. Ko, so, do. This is like this way, that way, but it's not near either of us. But this is like this is how you do it way. So desu ka? Oh, is that so? Okay. Do desu ka? How is that? Do shimashita ka? Do shitan desu ka? That's all the same do, okay? So it's more like an adverbial form. Let me move these up a little bit. And then I've got one I just left all together so you can see they're all together. Now, Duolingo is really big on kare and kanojo. And I have a hard time using those unless I'm really talking about a very close friend of mine or some member of my family or something. I would never really refer to anybody as kare, he, kanojo, she. I would use kono hito, this person, sono hito, that person, ano hito, that person way over there, dono hito, which person, okay? Notice the kono, sono, ano, dono, exactly like this, because hito is a noun that comes right after it, okay? This is the polite way to refer to people. Now, if you want to be even more polite, you're not going to use hito, you're going to use kata, which is also a word for person. Kono kata, this person. Sono kata, that person. Ano kata, that person way over there. Dono kata, which person. Notice it's all gender neutral. We don't care he or she. You can tell by context. Now we can abbreviate this one the way kochira turned into kochi, and actually kore no turned into kono. Okay, we won't want to put the no on the end. This is going to truncate to konata, sonata, anata, and donata. Donata you still hear a lot. For dare desu ka? Who is it? Donata desu ka? Who is it? Let's talk about anata for a second. Now remember, I told you that word you is really tricky in Japanese because it keeps degrading. No matter what we try to do, we start off with something we think is really polite, and eventually it degrades until it's something you're calling your dog. You don't want to call your boss whatever. You don't want to call this your hero whatever. You don't want to call the leader of your country whatever. You want to find a polite way to refer to them, but unfortunately the word that we chose for you has degraded, and then the substitute word we chose for you has degraded, and the substitute. So here you can see quite clearly, anata was a polite way of saying ano hito, that person. So you were going to be looking someone in the eyes and not really referring to them directly. And how is that person in front of me? But then eventually it degraded. And so now when you say anata, it implies kind of a, like if I'm looking at you and I call you anata, it's either because I just absolutely don't know your name and I'm stuck. I don't know what to call you. I can't think of anything you're wearing or any job that you appears you have or where you're standing in location or anything like that, and I'm just stuck. I can use anata. Or I'm talking to my husband and I call him anata. Okay, this is very, very direct. It almost like, when I was a professional translator, 90% of the time I would translate that as darling or sweetheart or something like that. It's just a little too close right now. Okay, so try to avoid it at all costs. So that's hugely important to understand in the culture. Let's go back and look at this are, sore, kore, dore again with a little more concrete example. Okay, now, I'm a nerd and I love my robots, so let's look at some robots. Kore wa roboto desu. Kore wa, it's close to me. Let's just pretend I'm Mahakase, okay? So, Astro Boy Tetsuwan Atom is close to me, so kore wa roboto desu. This is a robot, okay? Sore wa roboto desu. I'm talking to Muska. I'm standing up here, but Muska is standing really close to this robot. And since I'm talking to him, I get to say, sore wa roboto desu. That's a robot. Here, this robot is far away from all of us. We are looking at this robot actually through binoculars because it's attacking Johnny Quest's base someplace, okay? Are wa roboto desu. That's a robot. It's not near any of us. So we're going to use are. And dore is our question word. Dore ga roboto desu ka? Whoops. Which one is the robot? Nobody can tell. Dore ga roboto desu ka? Notice we're never ever going to say dore wa. It's always going to be nga. That's really advanced Japanese, but you might as well learn that right now. It's always dore nga whenever you ask the question. And yes, any of these could have been nga also. Kore ga, sore ga, are ga. I chose to use wa because I'm introducing information to you, and it seemed more natural to use a wa because it's new information that I'm introducing. So all of this is hugely important in the culture of Japan because you're going to see a lot of times when we're talking, we're always saying, hey, this is action coming towards me, this is action going away from me, this is action going towards you. It's important for us to understand our relationship to the people we're talking to. And so that kore, sore, are, dore, hugely important. All right, so I'm going to pause this video here, and then we will talk next time about kanji, I believe. Yes, we're doing kanji next time. See you then.